Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for trading with us today. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Hey, if you're in the chat, give me a good morning and let me know where you guys are from. I'd like to know where I'm saying good morning to, because truly you can be anywhere in the world, but you're finding yourself here today. So for that, I am truly grateful. Just a quick thing, 200 likes and I'll sip on that AM whiskey for everybody. That's a cheers. Let's get that 200 likes during the stream, not off the stream, during the stream. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, pandas. Jeff Fox, good morning from Virginia Beach, fellow East Coaster. Sergey, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Shannon. Hope your boyfriend could be joining us today. There was this actually fire joke that they had on the chat. I don't know if they coordinated this or... but it's mad funny. Shannon asks, what are you drinking, Sergey? Sergey says, elephant tears. Shannon says, make sure you don't trunk and drive. I don't know if that was planned. I don't know how that was orchestrated, but well played, well played. Good morning, pandas. Good morning, Tyler. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Eric. I see a lot of the same names. A lot of the same names, and so I really appreciate you guys joining and also engaging in the chat. Hey, helps us a lot if you throw up chats and engage with the chat. And if I do ask like a request just to say good morning, that does help us a lot if you go ahead and put in chat, because all that engagement lets the YouTube algorithm know that this stream is lit. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Mosidian. Hey, Mosidian asks, would this work as well with a slightly larger account, 50K to 100K? That is slightly larger. That's about 10x larger, and that's the whole point. If you can have a larger account, you can increase the volume of your contracts, and that's the main goal here, right? We're trying to take not as many setups as possible. We're trying to take the best setups as possible, and in those best setups, we're trying to increase our contract sizes, increase our exposure per trade. If you're the idea is, if you're trying to take the most setups as possible, then essentially you're going to be glued to your chart all day. And typically, if you can have one or two good setups, you can find one within the first hour and a half of trading, and if you can get a good scalp off that, because S&P is so liquid, you could trade up to probably 20, 40, 50 contracts, and your order will most likely be filled. Scott Hubbard, good morning, Panda. Morning, all from Lancaster. Good morning, Alex from Pennsylvania. Good morning, Haisam from Knoxville. Good morning, Phil from Toronto. Good morning, David. Another person from Nashville. Oh wait, is that Knoxville? Okay, Nashville. That's yeah. It's too early in the morning, guys. It's a Monday morning. It's a new week, new day. Good morning, Peter from the Netherlands. It's amazing that these people, all around the world just joining. Good morning, Tom, Florida. Good morning, John from Montana. Good morning, SW Blaze. Good morning, Damien. Got a couple Floridians. Good morning, Jimmy. DFW. Hey, you're gonna let me know what that means. Not sure what that means. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, David. All right, I love to say good morning to everyone. But let's go ahead and jump into the charts. Good morning, Pandas. I'm going to go to the Pandas chats. Good morning, Cad, and good morning, Stevid. Thanks for becoming Pandas, supporting the stream. Hey, if you guys want to become Pandas as well, have your green name, have priority to answering your questions and comments, responding to your comments, then you could become a Panda by hitting that join button. You also get emoticons. Yes. Good morning, David. David, remember today I will be upping my contracts from 1 to 2. And let's go ahead and look at where we are on our journey here. So this makes me a little vulnerable here, but I'm going to show you some of my performance at the moment. Let me make sure that this is correct. All right, I think it looks good. Here we go. All right, so currently this is my performance here. And as you can see, the last 2 weeks, let me pull it up here. The last 2 weeks, I started this on 4/12, and on that day I made one good scalp. I made I think I made that on stream, and didn't trade the rest of the day. You can see in the middle column how much I made per day. On the right column, how much I made cumulative. So let's go through this. Hey, by the way, if you're finding some lag in your charts, you can watch 2x speed, and hopefully it'll be about 20-second delay, and that's probably the quickest you're going to get here. And you can see in the graph, just every day, just small little gains build up over time. I'm not trying to make crazy lots of money here. I do have a small account size, but just stick to the plan every single day, and yeah. And I'm up currently 1,563 in 2 weeks. And with a 5K account, how much is that? That's 1,563. That's about a 31% increase on the account size. And we're just doing two-legged pullbacks here, scalping two-legged pullbacks. And so, tell me in what other method of gaining money or trying to make money you can make 30% in 2 weeks. So today I'm going to increase my contract sizes, and so technically my gains should double. And I'm going to go over a trade I did on Friday, since I do end my stream and I do trade after stream. And so I had a couple trades. I skunked one trade here, which I would have made a scalp here, as you can see. Skunked this trade, you can see with the pink diamond, blue diamond here. And I entered into one trade like pretty late in the day, last about 10 minutes of the day. I entered one trade thinking that we would have a pretty strong pullback at the end of the day because of how overextended we were. And so I made a measure move here from the bottom, this swing to this swing, and overshot it. And I knew that we were going to start having pullbacks because we started making points on the other side. So this scalp made a point going down, and then this made a huge lay down. And so I was looking for a measure move here. Top of this swing to the bottom of this, copy and paste it, and go here. And this is where we find our measure move. And I felt like we were going to try to make the measure move back to the 240 SMA, and we ended up doing it. But it was getting late in the day, and I didn't want to hold my position. So I actually skunked out early. Not skunked out, but I made about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points at the end of the day, which is around $300, right? Yeah, $300. And I can tell you all the reasons why I went through this. So it is a second entry, as you can see with a dark red number. And with the second entry, it's a lower high second entry after a strong push down. And my trading manager would have actually included another, I would have scaled in if it came back up and hit the 20 EMA and made a two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA as well. So I had a plan ready for that, but not needing to do that ended up giving me my entire measure move plus a little bit more, but I came out a little bit early because I didn't want to hold too late into the day. I was happy. I honestly would have held it to the end of the day if I had a runner. But because I'm trading one contract, this was my whole position. I swung this entire position. So I wanted to protect my profits. So that's why yesterday I was up maybe around $400 some. Because on stream I made $100 and I made $300 on this trade here. Good morning, everyone. Hey, let me know in the chat. Give me a good morning. Good morning, Yoshiaki. Hey, 200 likes on the stream, man. AM whiskey. Hey, we're gonna start in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go over a little bit about what we're going to be going over the stream, what setup we like to look for, and you know, if you want to know more details about those things, you can check out the description below. There's a couple of links about the setup and what we're trying to find. But essentially, on the stream, we scalp the E-mini, and we do day trading here, and we like to trade price action, pure price action. And with price action, we have a certain setup we look for. I only trade one single setup. I only trade one single instrument. One single setup is a two-legged pullback. Calls the first pullback, first entry, and second pullback. This simple pattern here can, in the right context, be greater than 90% probability to make a point going the other way. So we like to enter here on the opposite side of this. Of course, you can go the other way, and you'll hear me go A, B, C. It's just much easier to say, but basically it's a two-legged pullback. So we have to find this in key areas such as support resistance levels, trend lines, moving averages. For instance, if I move this two-legged pullback, let's see if we get two-legged pullback. Actually, we have a better one here, cleaner. Bottom of the range to the top of the range, you see we have a nice two-legged pullback that gives us a 1-point scalp here. I'm not saying necessarily that this is the best trade to take, but with this two-legged pullback, you can see just how it looks like on the charts, two-legged pullback, and able to make a point right here. And so, if you'd like to know more information about how to count legs and how to identify two-legged pullbacks, check out the description below, the playlist. There's a couple playlists there. And like I said, I like to trade pure price action. So on my chart, I have very little indicators. I have essentially two moving averages. I have the 20 EMA, which is solid blue line, 240 SMA, which is this dashed line. And I also have two custom indicators. And these indicators essentially help with price action. This indicator that you see, all the numbers above and below the candles, this is an indicator that automatically counts legs for you. And also, identify second entries and traps. So if you like, you know, it makes it so you can find second entries without having to count legs. With the dark green numbers, dark red numbers, as you can see on the top of this trading range, dark red numbers, bottom of the trading range, dark green numbers, these are all able to make a scalp for you. And so, as you can see on the indicator, one tick below the signal bar. It tells you the upcoming leg type, which is a dark red number, which is the second entry, and also tells you that this is the first pullback, right, coming to the downside. And also tells you where to place your trade if you're going to enter in here, which is one tick below the signal bar, which is the bar right before the current bar. And so also, if you can see on the screen, this green and red lines is a trading range indicator that uses pure price action to find trading ranges. If you'd like to know more information about both these custom indicators, you can check out the official website, www.twoleggedpullback.com. Okay, that's it for the introduction. Let's go. Who's ready to find some good scalps here? All right, pandas, let's make some good scalps. Let's find some good setups. Let's get some good engagement in the chat. All right, let's read the pre-market currently. We do have this channel here. I'm going to get rid of these lines here. Too much noise for me. I like to have cleanest charts as possible. We do have this channel working up here. And as you can see, the top of the channel is now acting as a type of support. There's a double bottom off the top of this channel here. Market just opened. Strong bull trend currently. You cannot trade against this. Multiple bull bars in a row. Very small pullbacks. So this is your current trend. Current bull breakout at the moment. All-time highs is right here. Get rid of a couple of these lines. Morning, Scott. Yeah, let's get that. If you'd like to support the channel, hit that like button, subscribe so you know whenever I release content or whenever I go on stream. And also, you know, if you really want to join and help support the channel financially, then you can become a panda. $5 a month helps me with my morning coffee, morning coffee money, so I can trade better for you guys on stream here. Yep, trading 2 contracts today. So excited for this. So we can have some runners today, and so I'm gonna try to be. We're gonna try to take the best setups possible, trying to get the best runners, trying to manage the runners as best as possible. Quick look at the daily. If you look at the daily, what do you think our next move will be? Do you think we're gonna keep going up? Hey, let me know in the chat. Actually, I put a poll up. I'd love to know what the chat thinks. I just put a poll in the chat. Hey, let me know what kind of day you think it's going to be today. Bull trend, bear trend, trading range. This is the current daily. I think in the daily, we are still in the trading range. We have hit this multiple times, this spiking channel. We have a spiking channel on the daily. And I'm thinking perhaps we might come back down, but it is definitely a spiking channel and we are on the top of the channel. So I'm thinking doji today, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. You guys think bull trend, we're just gonna keep rocking, just rocketing upwards? Okay. I think from this, in my opinion, we have currently a trading range in the daily. And so if we do come up to the top here, then we will be at the top of a trading range. And I'm thinking we're gonna be in this trading range until we are no longer in it. So we have to assume that this is gonna continue until we have evidence we have broken up or broken down. But from what it seems like, you know, now don't get me wrong, top of this trading range is, you know, pretty big movement. We can actually make a green bar here and it'll be a trend day on the 2000 tick chart. But, you know, in my opinion, I kind of have my idea of what's going to happen here just by looking at this. So I'm thinking doji or maybe, yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be a bear trend day, but I'm thinking doji or maybe a bull trend, small bull trend day today. But we'll see. Spike in channel at the moment here. Spike currently channeling now. Very hard to trade this at the moment. Nothing to trade here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Glad that everyone can join the stream. Hey, we're going to trade pure price action today. Hey, let's get that 200 likes today. For the AM whiskey. Born Thor. Good morning. Good morning. We're just trapping up now, and we do have a spike in channel at the moment. If you guys don't know what spike in channel is essentially spike, which is a breakout, and then it starts a channel in the same direction of the spike. And so we got to trade this like a channel. It's a very tight channel at the moment, though. Very tight channel. We do have all-time highs waiting right here. I'm going to mark the all-time high here. And we broke the previous all-time high by a couple points here. So what's the information about spike in channel? Like, what's the use of that? Well, actually, if you're trading breakouts, spike in channel is actually a bearish pattern when it goes up this way, because you have a spike in channel, and the idea is that when it breaks down on the channel, it's a strong breakdown. Like, you'll have a strong breakdown. But until that happens, you trade the channel as a channel. So you kind of want to continue to find some longs here, but reading price action of course the context. So if we're like spike in channeling and we hit a resistance, then you want to stop trying to go long, and you're going to try to look for a reversal or breakdown at that point. Unless it starts to just grind through or just break through the resistance, then so be it. But you have to wait until you get some, not only your setup, but you need some confirmation. So for instance, if I were to ever go short here, I need some more information that we are truly reversing here. Right now, we're continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. So I don't have the evidence now that this is breaking down. We continue to read the price action, and we do have a second entry here, but not a second entry I'm looking for. I'm not interested in the second entry. We're still within this spike in channel. So I'm gonna be talking a lot. If you it's the first time, or if you're new to the stream here, I will be talking a lot because I'm essentially trying to read every single candle for what it's telling us through the price action. And so as you can see, this is called a bull trend, small pullback bull trend. What that means is that you do not go short. You do not go short unless you have strong evidence that we have reversed. Bondor says we're getting close to Friday's high. Yes, we are. As you can see, with the horizontal line, I have marked the all-time high, which is Friday's high. And when we get there in the spike in channel, we might have to start looking for a reversal around there. Essentially, what spike in channel is telling us is a spike, and then when it channels, it means that actually there's less momentum going up. There's still momentum going up, but there's less momentum going up. That's why the channel is at a lesser degree, at a lesser angle. Deepak asks, what chart is this? You can check out the frequently asked questions description, but for those kind of questions. In the description, there's a link to frequently asked questions. But since it's the first time being asked on this stream, I'll go ahead and answer it. This is the E-mini, and I'm trading a 2,000 tick chart. A lot of people ask, doesn't matter what tick chart, what time frame or tick charts, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. But I would say if you're trying to scalp, then it makes sense that as long as each bar on average is big enough to make you a scalp, then you can consider that time range. If the time frame is too small, where each candle is not even big enough for a scalp, then you will get trapped out a lot. Hope that makes sense. So I basically recommend any type of time frame that makes a average bar size enough to make a scalp if you're trying to scalp. All right, most of you guys think it's a bull trend, and a third of you guys think it's a trading range. All right. I think personally it's going to be trading range, but we'll see. Nothing to trade here, nothing to see here. It's impossible to trade this. I mean, we might have a very slow, choppy day today. I mean, you could grind up all day today, who knows? But hey, don't forget 200 likes, and I get that AM whiskey out for you guys. Let's reach that goal. All right, so as you can see, we're gonna have to trade this price action. We're gonna trade whatever the market gives us, and we are just grinding up today. Slow grind. Even this spike, it was pretty choppy, right? Not necessarily all bull bars ending near their high. There are tails or wicks on top. There is a bear bar in between, another bear bar in between, some more wicks here, a doji here, strong bull bar here, but doji here. You even have some bear bars here. Nothing to make a point though. As you can see, every single pullback here, none of these are enough to make a point to the downside. So you have to continue to assume that's going to happen and not trade against that. Again, not enough to make a point, but reverses, another trap. See, all these magenta boxes are traps. People try to come reverse, but doesn't make a scalp and it reverses on you. Scott Hubbard says, hopefully we get good earning reports this week. Sure. But the beautiful thing is, when it comes to, that's good for the economy to have good earnings report. But when it comes to scalping and day trading, that's the beautiful thing about it. Like when you look at the market and say, man, this is definitely a bubble. For us, when we trade, when we scalp, it doesn't matter if it's a bubble, if it's a crash. It really doesn't matter because we're just trading on the dailies. Intraday trading doesn't matter. It might affect our volatility though during the day, but hey, high volatile days, those are the best days for scalping in my opinion. Almost every swing makes a scalp on those high volatile days. Regardless, it could be any type of swing. Any leg will make a point for you. So that does give you a point now. So the price action is telling us this. We spiked up and now we're channeling, and this channeling, as you can see, is getting weaker because now, look, this second entry here, this lower high second entry was able to make a point. And as we're approaching the all-time high in this really choppy manner, you have to ask yourself, does that make you feel like we're just going to burst through it? The price action is telling us, as we approach the all-time high again, we're approaching it in a channeling manner, in a choppy manner. And remember, this is actually a bearish, pattern here. If you're trying to trade the breakdown, this is a bearish pattern. An ascending channel. Oh, yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this journey. I'm excited to trade 2 contracts here. Douglas Hill says, I don't like trading into new highs. For me, it really depends. If we make a new high and then we approach it again right away, to me, this feels like a double top, in my opinion. But it really just depends. It depends if you're like in a strong bull trend and you approach the all-time highs, then okay, you can maybe say, okay, this is just gonna break through and continue to go up in the sky's the limit. But if it approaches the all-time high in like a more bearish manner, then I will put that in consideration. Updating my spiking channel here to use the new pivot low here that we have here. As you can see, this pivot low hit perfectly the 20 EMA. And there's probably people who just buy limit orders right on 20 EMA on uptrends. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a strategy that just purely does that, because I've seen it hit it. I always assume on a 20 EMA on a trend, like people are gonna buy it. It's just crazy how often that happens. We're just so choppy. I'm not sure there's much I can find here at the moment. 20 EMA, 20 EMA, just putting limit orders on the 20 EMA. At least scalping a point. Maybe doing a swing. It's uptrend here. Every time just got near the 20 EMA, bought up here, 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 bought up here. 20 EMA is just there has to be institutions. There has to be some sort of automated strategy that's doing this, you know? In my opinion. The price action reveals it. So Douglas Hill, get back to your point. As we approach this all-time high, I'm going to look for a major trend reversal pattern near here. And if I get it, then I think I'm going to try to swing it down. I'm going to try to have that runner, and hopefully we might get a good runner today. We'll see. We'll see, pandas. Hey, let me know in the stream if you're enjoying the stream so far. If you'd like to know anything else. Everyone have a good weekend. Let me know how your weekends are. Anyone do anything eventful? Let me know in the chat. Actually, hey, let me know in the chat if any of you guys trade cryptos here. If you do trade cryptos, let me know which cryptos you guys are interested in. By the way, if the stream feels more laggy than 20 seconds, hit that 2x button. Hopefully you'll catch up. Alshla Trust asks, can you go over what a reversal pattern is? The major trend reversal pattern. I think it's one of Albrook's favorite, but we like to use that in conjunction with the two-legged pullback to increase our chances. The reversal pattern has 3 events that must trigger. For instance, this is actually a reversal pattern here. You have a trend, and then you have a breakup trend, which is the first. So the prereq is you must have a trend. The second event that must happen. So first event, breakup trend. Second event is retest of the low before the breakup trend. So there's a breakup trend, and in that trading rate, or in this trend, you got to find the low, and you're expecting, because institutions typically don't like to buy the breakouts right away. They like to have more evidence, and so when it breaks out and comes back down to retest the extreme of the trend, which in this instance is a low, retest the low. That's the second event. And the third event, you need a higher low. And so here you have the higher low here. Most likely this higher low triggered first, then spiked down and came back up, which would have sucked if you entered here, because you probably had your stop loss right here. But with a bye-bye money stop loss, what do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. You would have just been saved by 1 tick with a bye-bye money stop loss if you enter long here. But this is also a second entry higher low setup, A, B, C. And on this reversal is actually a second entry higher low setup. So that's the third event, higher low, and preferably a second entry higher low. So those are the 3 things that you need to happen for a major trend reversal. And look, this did quote unquote reverse here. I think in my opinion, this is enough for a swing. And so that was enough for you to get, a whole swing here. But in the higher time frame, right, maybe the 10K time frame, you also have another major trend reversal on the 10K chart. As you can see here, because the market's fractal, you'll see the patterns develop in every time frame. So here you see, right, trend, breakup trend, retest of the low here, right? First event is breakup trend, second event is retest, and then we still even haven't hit our higher low setup yet, but this was a major trend reversal on the 10K. It just looks like this, right? Double bottom on the 2K, but On 10K, that looks like this. So I do have the 10K chart as well to help with the bigger picture. So that's a major trend reversal. So in this instance, what are we looking for a major trend reversal? Well, what do we currently have? We have a trend going upwards. So what we need is a first break of trend, first event break of trend, second event retest of highs, and a third event we want a lower high setup with a second entry, preferably a second entry. MAC from price action does not always look for the second entry. Sometimes, for instance, if this pivot low breaks this right here, this is no longer a second entry. It's still a lower high, but it's no longer a second entry. I like to have it like this to increase the chances, but Mac will even trade things like this where we lose the second entry here, but he'll trade it the lower high setup, major trend reversal. I like to increase the chances and have that second entry because I like to trade only one single setup here to make things simple as possible. Scott Hubbard said, mow the field, play guitar. I do not trade crypto. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys trade any cryptos, if you guys be interested in cryptos, because price action works on any instrument, even crypto, as long as it's liquid, as long as there's a volume, high enough volume. So you think about price action and two-legged pullbacks, it only works when there's mass psychology. There has to be a big liquid, high volume, liquidable, highly liquid market, because the two-legged pullback is based on human psychology. Right, that's what we're trying to look for, that two-legged pullback. Whenever the market makes two attempts at something, so the market, essentially, since we have time here, it's just choppy. I'm not trading anything here. We're still above the 20 EMA, still above, still in this channel upwards. Terrible signal bar. It is a lower high setup though, but right into support here. Really hard to trade that. Also developing a trading range, as you can see with the trading range indicator. But essentially, the market's going up, and now the market tries to make two attempts to reverse it. And once it reverses again, this essentially is a couple things, right? Why this is a greater 90% setup is because those who thought this trend was going to reverse realized they're wrong. Okay, now we got some action here. Could not trade that, obviously, even though the setup was there, right? Lower high setup with a second entry, lower high. And another lower high right here makes a point. Another lower high makes a point. So now you're thinking, man, this momentum is truly kind of disappearing. If we get a strong green bar here, strong bull bar, then this could reverse and hit the all-time high again. But if that doesn't happen, then we could be coming back down to test the top of this trading range, as you can see. I'm thinking more likely test the top of this trading range, but we'll see here. After a kind of a breakdown like this, you're expecting again, right, according to price action, that we're going to get this movement again. You know, we're going to get another leg down, at least another leg down. And so that's what you kind of have to assume, right? You're looking for another leg down here. So this is what I meant by spiking channels are bearish patterns, because when they break down, they kind of break down, you know, in a way like this. So like I said today, I think it'll be a trading range type of day, but we'll see here. We're approaching the top of this trading range here. So let's see what happens, how it reacts. Also, if you guys remember, if you look in the 5-minute, look at the first couple candles on the 5-minute from 9:30. And so we have a couple candles like this. We could be actually in a trending day according to the 5-minute candles here. The character of the 5-minute candles is showing a type of trend day. But what way is that trend going to be? Hey, this could be a major trend reversal already, opening reversal, and this could be going down for the rest of the day. But we have to wait for more price action here. Let's check if there's follow through on this 5-minute. I'm thinking after one pullback, we'll have at least another leg down, but we'll see here. I really think because how choppy this is, we're not in a strong bull trend, so I'm okay trading to go short here, to be honest. There's not enough room to the top of this trading range on this trap here, if this trap does trigger. So I'm not interested. I am interested now in a two-legged pullback here. Something like this, a two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA will be nice. But let's see if we'll get it. Hey guys, hey, also let me know if you guys want to be a moderator so we can get some of these spammers out. I know this guy is a spammer, these weird names. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them off. I thought the spam would be nice, right? Like, okay, it increases our like chat rate, but I think YouTube recognizes when there's spam like that, and it actually will suppress the impressions and things like that. David has a pending order on Doge at 0.09. Let's go. Kevin Fennell asks, will I go long if it makes a two-legged pullback to the channel? No, I won't because of how choppy it is. I wouldn't have. If this did make a two-legged pullback here, I wouldn't have because of the chop. Look how choppy it is right now. This is the first actual movement, in my opinion, that's happened so far. Thanks, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mac is Pat's price action trading system. That is correct. Yep. Let's look for some mods here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna choose a panda though, since the pandas are more likely to join the streams. So I mean, Kevin Fennell, Scott Hubbard, these guys are just Bornthar. These guys are just, Uriel. These guys, I know they're, they've been on the stream, and I think, from their support, they want to help out the channel at least here, help out the community. Damien Briga, you're welcome. I mean, honestly, it's just price action trading. We're just trading as a community here. We're all learning this together. So let's go. Algo Lover says bullish above 41.5850. And to new highs. If 58.50 were to break first, then anticipate more selling. All right, that's your opinion. By the way, trade at your own risk. Do not copy my trades. Steve says, are two-legged pullback signals more reliable during the first hour? It might seem that way, but the reason being is typically because the first hour, the market has enough volume to, or not enough volatility to create trends. What happens in the middle of the day is that the market typically goes on a lull. Now that's not always the case. Sometimes it's more active in the middle of the day. But, just because humans need to eat lunch and, they do other stuff during the day, sometimes the market goes on a lull. And in those lulls, typically chop happens. Now, two-legged pullbacks are not good in chop. Almost no system is really good in chop unless you trade limit orders. And so, you identify trading range and you just trade with limit orders. Like if it's a tight chop like this, very hard to trade this in my opinion. And so, and then during the end of the day, the power hour, people come back and they want to close positions. They want to do stuff. They want to either go into positions or close positions. And so, oftentimes the last hour of the day, called the power hour, that becomes another time of volatility. So does a two-legged pullback, is it more reliable in the middle of the day or in the beginning of the day? That's only by coincidence. Two-legged pullback is reliable as long as the price action is, as long as the market is making trends and making clear the market cycle. As long as there's enough room to scalp out, two-legged pullback is very reliable. Kevin Fennell, he seems like a car fanatic, so. Kevin Fennell, I am getting a car delivered by my first customer today. 100K Turbo K 24 sequential Exige for me to build that for him. Hey man, why are you trading, man? You just sell cars. That sounds amazing. Okay. Scott Hubbard, Douglas Hill says, "Lol, Eagles chop." Good comment. Thank you. Scott Hubbard says, "I can do it, but I work from 2 p.m. to between 2 to 4 a.m. I may miss a day now and then I have to sleep." True. Pandas also need to sleep, so I understand. Does the measure move down? Apply here. Yes. So if we were to come back down, but as you can see, it's reversing, right? On the higher time frame, this is what it looks like. This is just a bear bar and then matched with the bull bar. And so this bear breakdown is not reliable for a breakdown in my opinion, but hey, it could make a double top here. We'll see here. Let's see if we find resistance at this trend line. This is actually a higher low second entry. Long. Incredible. Way up here. But because of this leg was so strong, the higher low setup is a second entry. It does trigger. Hitting this trend line now created from the all-time high to this major swing high. Bounced off violently off of it. Incredible. Actually makes an engulfing bar, outside bar here. Inside, outside, outside bar. On a smaller time frame, this is simply a expanding triangle. And in any triangle, the idea is that most likely you'll continue the original trend. So this is uptrend. You most likely will continue the uptrend most of the time. But the thing about triangles is that that's when it starts to confuse you a little bit because it might be building up to reverse. But typically, triangles are just another form of some sort of flag. Consolidation. Right? That's all flags are. It's a moment of consolidation before either continuation of trend or reversal. Double top here. So you can see here that the market is making lower highs. Making lower highs here. Respecting this trend line at the moment here. 10K. This looks bullish to me almost, but on the 10K chart. But we'll see. The 5 minute. Ooh, double top. Actually has a lower high setup here on the 5 minute. Very interesting. Avalon FPS says, "Just got your range indicator. Helps a lot. Thank you. I mean, at the very least, it'll at least let you know when there's 3 overlapping bars to start looking for trading ranges." I think this is a test on the high here. Man, are we gonna bust upwards or break down, man? This is getting choppy here. Very confusing, you know. Like I would not be able to expect this and not expect that. With this confusion, it makes me think trading range, but 5 minute chart. We bounced off perfectly off the 20 EMA on the 5 minute chart. I mean, the 20 EMA is still acting as support here. Okay, go back to 2K. All right, we're going upwards. We still have not broken this pivot high. This is a failed two-legged pullback, as you can see. A, B, C makes less than a point this way, and it reverses, so this is a trap. I agree. I think it does want to go upwards just from the look of how strong these tails are in 20 EMA. For those who took this trap, thoughts and prayers to you. Let's hope they can make it. I'm not in this trap. It's just too choppy for me. I think, if we're in a trading range, then guess what? We're in the top of a trading range. And this chop is making me think trading range behavior. I know this looks like a strong bull trend, but I think this breakout can fail easily. So we'll just have to wait. I'm just not confident in any trade here. So those who went long here, thoughts and prayers to you. Thoughts and prayers to those who went long here on this trap. In my opinion, top of trading range, but we'll see. So choppy. And when you break out, typically you're expecting it to break back down. So this is chop right here, showing by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping bars. We're starting to reverse here. This is also a small spike in channel, as you can see here. In my opinion, no trade for me. Currently, triple, micro, triple top. Does break above it. So those who went long here, congratulations. You made a perfect scalp. You still might be trapped out. You still might be in your trade because it just poked it and it's coming back down. So this could potentially be a trap, right? There could be potential trap traders here. That's what this golden box is, showing perfect scalp. That means the previous swing went exactly 5 ticks. If it goes up one more tick, this gold box will disappear because that's an absolute scalp. So no more perfect scalp, no more trap traders. At least those who are scalping. So if it goes up one more tick, you'll see this gold box disappear. But hasn't happened yet. So it went 6 ticks, so gold box disappears. So no longer a perfect scalp when it reverses. Yeah, I mean, for those who skip this trap, I mean, I think it's a good trade, good trade to skip. Just because it's so choppy, you don't know. You really don't know here. Sometimes your best trades are the trades you don't take. We do have a spike in channel here at the moment. Another one. Approaching all-time highs. The 5-minute, this is how the 5-minute looks like. 5-minute can make a measure move. This would be the measure move up here. Not much room to it, but that's what it'd be. The thing is, on the higher time frames, like we're hitting the 20 EMA as support. Then you can use that in your analysis. 5-minute also, right? 20 EMA acting as support here. So this could be a bull trend day. I mean, really anything can happen, but you gotta read a price action to see what are the odds. We're just so choppy coming up to this all-time high. With an H4 setup at the all-time high, I might go short just because how choppy we are. We could have an H4 setup forming, but this is so slow. I cannot, nothing to trade here. I mean, who knows? Maybe in the stream I might not even make a trade because it's just chopping upwards like this. Daniel I says got wrecked there. Where was it? Uriel, no trades. Daniel I says went long first, higher low, and then got stomped on. The first higher low, which is this higher low here. He went long here, and he got stopped out by 1 tick, and then it actually made his point later, which is unfortunate. But if you had a 4-point stop loss, you would have made that point. Now, I'm not, of course, this is not trading advice, but I'm just saying if you did have a 4-point stop loss, you would have made that point, right? Your stop loss would have been right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop loss would have been by down here, and you would have made that point on the higher low setup. But hey, you gotta trade what's comfortable for you. You know, if you want to do one tick below your signal bar, then you gotta do that. Just from my experience, from reading Al Brooks, you know, it just seems like 1 to 4 makes sense. You know, according to the math. Yeah, Daniel says skunked it instead of taking 4-point stop loss. Ryan Resist, neither have I. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for a good setup here. Yeah, we might have to wait for like an hour, hour and a half for one good setup, especially on a choppy market like this. I think the longest I've waited for a good setup to happen was probably like 2 hours. Then I finally saw one good setup. I was like, okay, I like this setup, and I took it. I don't remember if it was successful or not, but just sometimes like it's very hard to trade this, in my opinion. I mean, you could make the case like just buy, but I mean, it's so choppy even going upwards. Small pullback bull trend, not sure. Falcon 1 asks, have you tried 2-to-1 risk ratio? Mainly no, because typically even with a Machian stop, which is one tick beyond the extreme of the signal bar, I would, most of the time it's more than 2 points, you know? In fact, if you had bought Mac's price action trading system, he redacted some of his strategy. Early on, it was 1 to 2, always, no matter what. But because I think the market has changed and there's more volume and more volatility, he changed it to 1 tick above or below the signal bar. We do have an H4 possible setup here, which I may take, but it's so choppy, man. It's just like, just imagine you had like a trading range that looked like this, right? Could you like even trade this? Like it would be so hard to trade this. Just imagine this slanted upwards. That's exactly what this is right now. It's basically like a 2-point trading range. You do have an H4 setup here. As long as it stays above this pivot low, it'll be an H4 setup if it reverses. I do want the H4 setup to be at the key entry, which is the all-time high, but we'll see if we get it. New subscriber, thank you for subscribing. Oh, this is so small, I can't see it. Karthik Naxon says, started at 7 a.m. like Mac does. Took the fail second entry short at 7:36 a.m. Took a while, but reached the scalp target. Stopped out the runner though. All right. Yeah, I believe Mac trades in like Central Time. I'm not exactly sure his time frame. I think it's Central Time. And so his 7 a.m. is 8 a.m. You can correct me if I'm wrong. If he's Mountain Time, then he might be 2 hours. Then his 7 a.m. is 9 a.m. This is Eastern Time here. Douglas Hill says, having success 2 to 3 risk reward. I have noticed the vast majority of 1-point scalps also go to 2 points. I mean, really, like whatever you do decide to do, like, and you stick to it, I think in the end it actually probably will work out, because right when you do a 2 to 3 risk reward, sure you make more money and you lose less money than the 1 to 4, but your probabilities are way lower. But at the end, as long as the math works, right? As long as you're entering probabilities, right? If you have a 2 to 3, what does your What does your win rate need to be? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, your win rate needs to be probably around 80%, I think. I'm not sure. Someone needs to do the math. I can't do the math. Can't do the maths right now in the morning. Not sure what the maths are, but put that in the trader's formula and figure out what your probability needs to be in order for that to work. The 2 to 3 risk reward, Douglas. Oh yeah, Max accent. Whew, some people love it, some people hate it. It always sounds like he has like molasses in his mouth. Like he just has a bunch of molasses just oozing out of his mouth as he talks. I know it's kind of disgusting. I'm not trying to knock on back, but that's when I think of Southern draws. That's what I imagine. It just sounds like they just have a bunch of molasses in their mouth and they're just trying to talk while drinking molasses. Daniel I says, "Do you ever scalp 2 ticks?" I do. Not trade scalp 2 ticks. At least purposefully. I will skunk sometimes 2 ticks, but nah. Not purposefully, ever. I imagine every trade I go on, I'll try to make at least a point. Man, this is watching paint dry right now. The arithmetic. So to know, to break even, think about your break even. To figure out the break even, you have to do essentially your risk or your reward times your success win rate divided by your risk times your loss rate. And that if that equals 1, that is your break even. That's your probability. Vinay, you can look at the frequently asked questions description below. In the description below, there's a frequently asked questions post. I guess what Daniel is saying is, technically that should be similar to the risk reward, but the thing is that commissions, you do have to consider commissions in the real life. And so when you have 2 ticks, your commissions are just going to kill you even more than it already does. Yeah, Mac talks so slow, and the way he talks, it makes you be like, oh, he's like some sort of country bumpkin. But when he goes over his reviews, you're just like, how does he even see these things? I mean, some people might call it hindsight bias. I mean, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he is a very good trader and that he enters in, good trades and has a profitable. He's profitable, so. I want to see him trade an entire day. That's kind of like, that would be nice. If he had like a room and you could just hear his thoughts, kind of like what I'm trying to do. But I would like to see him do it. I mean, if he did it, man, I would probably just join his stream. I mean, if it was free. I'll just throw his stream on and I'll just watch it with you guys. All right, so now we missed the all-time high and we're breaking down here. And you see how choppy we are? Like, I knew that it was just too scary. Guess what it was? It was the H4 setup. The H4 comes out with a scalp here, and I was not really paying attention. I wanted to get closer, but it's too choppy regardless. So I really couldn't trade this anyways. This H4 could have just triggered and just grinded up, but H4 setup so reliable. Just boom, reverses right there. Lo and behold, guess where we bounced off? The bottom of this trading range created by the trading range indicator. Right, this green line here was here ever since these 3 bars were created. This green line was right here waiting. It bounced right off of it. As you can see, I'm seeing like these strong spikes down. And I'm seeing like this momentum really being lost here. We do have a spiking channel on the 10K chart. The 5-minute, man, it missed the measure move by 1 tick. Incredible. That's, that sucks. I personally think we can have a major, just a reversal day today, and just start going downwards. Like I can totally see that happening, but we shall wait and see. Yesterday's or Friday's close is way down here. I wouldn't be surprised if we crash down all the way down to it, mainly because of the daily. I think on the daily we are in the trading range, and technically, if that's true, then we are at the top of the trading range, and you do not want to go. You don't really expect a lot of buyers here. So that's kind of what it's making me think we're going to come back down to yesterday's or Friday's close, which is way down here now. So you guys remember major trend reversal. What are the three events? The three events is this. The first event has happened. We broke trend. Next event, two-legged pullback to retest top of the highs here. Traders will see this and say, hey, I missed this first spike down, but I'm not going to miss a second time. This is the psychology behind a double top. And so when we see this and we enter, we see something like this, that is our confirmation. Whoops, it's ugly. We want a lower high setup here if it does happen. Something like this. That would be all the events that I'm looking for a major trend reversal. And the reason why I'm looking for all these events, and you're like, buy my money, how's that all these things going to happen? Like, how do you know all these things are going to happen? I don't know all these things are going to happen. But the thing is, for something like a major trend reversal, you need a lot of evidence in order to want to trade that. Because they're such low probable trades that, they're about 40% probability, lower than 50%. And so you want to stack as many things to go your way in order to trade major trend reversals. And so this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a breaker trend, which has already happened. I'm looking for a retest of this high here now, as we can see. Preferably a two-legged pullback retest. And if it's a nice two-legged pullback with a nice signal bar, I might even enter in the second entry off this two-legged pullback. But I will feel very confident if it makes a lower high here, especially at the top of this trading range, top of all this chop. According to price action, man, this is like, I'm like salivating over the setup here if we can get it. Chris Liu, where did Mac gain his knowledge? Ask Mac. Only he can tell you. Elvis Marquez asked what an H4 is. Check out the frequently asked questions link in the description below. It'll go over what H4 is. Vinay, again, check out the frequently asked questions in the comments or in the description. Get Your Bone says, bought the range indicator. Thank you for your support, and I hope it's a helpful tool. Hey, if you're having trouble using it, contact support@twoleggedpullback.com. They will gladly help you. I'm not going to try to help you with your indicator on stream here. We're trying to reprice action. We're busy here. Can you explain Litecoin when I can take entry? Wow. No, I cannot. Not right now, at least. I don't have a Litecoin chart, and I won't be able to get it on Ninja Trader. So, Rachel says, can someone at least explain the formula for calculating the 2 to 3 stop loss? Basically, it's your win rate times your reward. Divided by your loss rate times your risk. And if you want to find this, at break even, it should equal 0. I believe, no, it should equal 1. I'm talking about it can't equal 0. So that's your formula. That's your trader's formula. That's how you find your break even. So in Douglas Hill's case, sorry, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a potential setup here. So we are going to focus on the charts a little bit right now. We do have a spike in channel right on the higher time frame, which looks like this at the moment. Spike channel. But if this is a spike in channel, it is broad enough that we can trade both ways here. Top of the trading range on the trading range indicator proving to be resistance at the moment. Dimitar asks, why are the tick charts different? Because it depends on your provider. Depends on a couple things. I've heard many things, but also depends on maybe like when I started my chart. Might have been, you know, how many days back do I go? Might be my time on my computer could be affecting it. If it's a different like provider, then for sure it will be. I'm not for sure, but most likely it will just be different because it's a different provider. The thing about tick charts is that it gives you a chart based on every transaction, and so because of that, the transactions can be offset depending on, or you know, the data might be different. Just depends on the provider here. We have a two-legged pullback forming here. And I think we're getting, I could be wrong, but I think we are in this channel here. And possible trading range here. And if I get a lower high set up here, I need a, this is technically a lower high setup already, but I want a two-legged pullback back to the test of the extremes. I'm gonna not get what I want, so I'm not gonna trade it, but if this pops up above here, then I am looking to go short. Kevin Fennell, that's great news. That's great news. Jason said his matching perfectly as well. Varus asks, can you add this to Trade of 8? I am probably planning to port this over, but we'll see. No promises, but you know, I have to. I'm in talks with Trade of 8 right now. I would only really consider it if they have a licensing program, a way to license your indicators. Okay, this goes exactly 4 ticks on this down leg. Give me one more push up, and I'm looking for a reversal here. It's just too choppy. We missed a 20 EMA this time. Okay, we're looking at this setup here. Hey, if you have questions, leave it in the chat. I'll try to get back to them. And of course, if you're a panda, I'll have priority to answering your questions. But we almost have a major trend reversal. All the ingredients for major trend reversal. So I am looking intently here. So yeah, I'm gonna throw it in the chat. This is a higher low to like a pullback. Man, this is a Pikachu as well. Man, that's, wow. This is a Pikachu. Potential Pikachu forming as well. Pikachu here, lower high setup. You can see with the dark red number in the magenta box. Man, don't make the outside bar. This is making outside bar. I don't know why it's out. I do not want to trade an outside bar. Not enough room to the bottom of this trend line at the moment. This is making me Very confused at the moment. Outside bar. I mean an outside bar. Oh gosh. I can't trade this. Even though this makes a point, this outside bar is too hard for me to trade. Fail second entry long. It makes a perfect scalp. Hits the bottom of the trading range. Bouncing off of it at the moment. It does make a perfect scalp beyond this, but man, that's a shame. It just made this insane outside bar here. But all the ingredients of the major trend reversal does happen with the lower high. The lower high is actually here, huh? Very interesting. Trading range behavior. Still, it's a perfect scalp, so if you did trade that, you might still be trapped in here, but most likely we'll come back to 240 SMA. That's what I'm thinking. Inside bars on the higher time frames. Trading range. Why not go long here? Because I trade only two-legged pullbacks. Hey, go to my description. Frequently asked questions. Jeff Fox, I'm using the 2000 tick chart. You see the do you see this trading range indicator, just how accurate it is? Just made two perfect touches on it. Oh my. This is, I think I missed a train. I mean, it's gone. Very confusing. That was a fail second entry short. Basically it was a Pikachu, but the bar didn't finish, and I don't like trading outside bar reversals. Maybe I can turn on this feature for you guys so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Alright, I just turned on outside bar reversal so you can see the indicator. This is actually a spike in channel, and this could confirm the spike in channel if we break the previous candle's high. It's like a two-legged pullback like this. It's a hidden second entry at this point, but it is a second entry. Not according to the indicator, but in when you look at it optically, it is a two-legged pullback. Or it's a second. It's a hidden second entry because of this bar here. It reversed up and reversed down, creating two legs in and of itself. I just turned on the outside bar reversals, and it won't work on historical data, so it will miss this one. But if we do get another outside bar reversal, I'll show you with the indicator how it looks like. Inside bar now. Oh boy. Very confusing. You know, I'm sorry if I'm confused. I'm sorry if I'm not making any trades right now, but it's just, I hope you guys understand why I'm confused here. It's because we're in a trading range, really, but the trading range indicator is very accurate at the moment. But we're getting more and more compressed inside it. Solid Khan says, should have gone long, clear double bottom. You actually don't know that. You don't know that. You need confirmation. Some people will buy limit orders at the bottom of this trading range, but it's a clear double bottom only because this double bottom happened. But you don't know that until after the fact. So Xiao Xuan asks, what's an outside bar indicator? You have to be very, very familiar with second entries to know, but on the two-legged pullback indicator, there's a setting to turn on outside bar reversals. I currently have it on, and so if it does come back and reverses up here within this single bar, which it probably won't, it's only 200 some, almost 300 ticks left only. If it does reverse here, then you'll see actually this 3 will appear below here, so within one bar has 2 reversals. Justin asks, what trading breakout setting do I use on the trading range indicator? I use the default. So whatever is default, how I packaged it, is what I use. So it is the ATR breakout. I believe at two times the ATR. I think that's how I have it at default. I can look. Yep, 2 times the ATR on the 20 ATR. That's what I consider a breakout. Oh boy, this is choppy. We're under the 20 EMA now. We are, as you can see, this is a major trend reversal pattern here. I see a clear target at the 240 SMA. It's about 1 hour of trading so far, and we have not found a good setup yet. This is wild. The Pikachu does trigger here, but too late. I already made a perfect scalp. If you're wondering, is this panda playing Pokemon? I am not. If you want to know what Pikachu is, you can check out the description of frequently asked questions. I answer what Pikachu is. Look how choppy this is. This is why I can't trade, because of the price action telling me the market is confused. Hence, I am confused. You know, if you're feeling confusion, it's because the market is feeling confusion, and this is what we're feeling. I have a slight bearish bias right now because we're trading under the 20 EMA. Plus, we had a major trend reversal setting up here. So if this does pop up here and then reverses again, I might look for a short here, even though it's at the bottom of this trading range. I think we have all the ingredients for a major trend reversal. Very confusing in my opinion here. I mean, this looks toppy here. Looks very toppy. That's a 10K chart. 5-minute chart missed the measure move by 1 tick, which makes me feel like it might be a strong reversal here. Daily, we're on the top of a trading range in my opinion. Okay, made a perfect scalp for those who went short here. Congrats. But look at how many times we're hitting the bottom of this trading range. Very confusing. I think it's very strong support at the moment, but lower highs here, right? Lower highs, building up bearish pressure, selling pressure. I want to see this hit this and come back down. If it reverses on a Pikachu, I might go short here. I could be making a dumb mistake, but that's what I'm thinking. I need evidence that we're going to break down here. We have all the ingredients for a major trend reversal already set up. But do notice that most trading ranges have failed breakouts, right? These are failed breakouts. These are failed breakouts. This is a failed breakout at the moment. This is so choppy. Look at how many overlapping bars we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 currently overlapping bars. So even if this does trigger and comes back down, that's a hard trade for me to take. It's such a hard trade for me to take still. Just because in the current price action, if this breaks down, most likely, actually most probable thing will happen is it will break down and then reverse back up into this trading range. That's the most probable thing that will happen. So many inside bars. Yeah, so Brian Law, this is the one thing that's stopping me from going short here. That gives me fear to go short. Vero Manny, I already did refresh my historical data, and I don't like to do it on stream because it actually takes a couple minutes to do. And so I think, because other people are matched with me at the moment, maybe there might be something wrong with your historic data. I'm not sure, but we have several people confirming that their charts look exactly like mine. Again, it could just simply be like, who knows, like what factor really does make tick charts look different. There's so many different factors. Krugerson, welcome back. Karthik, that is a good observation. We are squeezed between the 20 EMA and the bottom of this trading range. This is why we're seeing all of this compression here. We are in breakout mode, but we don't trade breakouts here. We trade two-legged pullbacks. This trading range indicator, man, I'm just telling you, it's so accurate. It's incredible. And I say that because like I get surprised about how accurate it is. I just like created the indicator based on like some price action trading like rules in terms of finding ranges, and it's just, man, it just, I get surprised because I just made it according to the rules, and it just happens to be so accurate. So price action is king in my opinion. I'm just staring at this, man. No trade here in my opinion. But within this trading range, we do have to recognize we do have another trading range right here. This is another trading range. Very, very tight trading range. Oh, this trap. Should I take this trap? Hey, in the chat, give me a 1 if I should take this. Oh, trap triggered already. Should I get a retracement in this trap? Or should we look for a higher... Ooh. It's just not enough room. Again, choppiness. So those who took this trap, thoughts and prayers to you. Who knows what's going to happen here. In my opinion, this is like, because I have to think so hard and I'm so hesitant, like I cannot make a trade here. Even though I really do want to, because I'm streaming and I want to provide you guys some content here, but yeah, 1, if I should take this trap with a retracement, or 2, should I just not do it at all? I mean, technically I could still go into this trap and it would be an decent trade if it's a trap, but one thing about traps is that they typically happen so quick. And the fact that it didn't scalp you out yet, in fact, it went straight to the bottom of this small trading range here. I made this one manually with this blue box. All right, thanks community. Thanks for speaking some sense into me. We do have an H4 setup here. Man, should I go long here? Man, we're still in this trading range. Too hard to tell. Technically, you can still go into retracement on this trap. It hasn't made a point yet. Here says no trade better than bad trade. Hey, maybe in this stream, our lesson today is how to not take a trade. That will be our lesson. That's what the benefit of this stream today will be. How to not take a trade. How to just stare at charts and talk. And just talk aimlessly. Trying to read confused price action to the masses. Price action is telling us hard to take a trade here. I was very tempted to go short because of the major trend reversal we had. We had all the ingredients for it. But also, we just broke this channel now. This spiking channel. Right? From the bigger spiking channel, spike, channel. Right, this is a bigger spiking channel we have at the moment. And this is our first break of the spiking channel. And so technically we could have another retest of the top here. Now this manual trading range I made with this blue box is acting as support resistance. And it's a 6-tick range here at the moment. This just shows you, like, if you think like you know what's gonna happen here, you're lying. You're lying to yourself. You don't. Even the market doesn't know. No one knows. This range is too tight, too small. John G says he uses a 50 EMA. I do not use a 50 EMA, so. And look at that. Those who thought, oh man, that looks so bullish. Looks like we're gonna about to break out, bust out. Don't forget, on the 5-minute, we missed the measure move by 1 tick, which is very bearish in my opinion. Why is that bearish? Why, since this is chop, I'm just gonna go over this. Why is that so bearish that we missed this measure move by 1 tick? Well, okay, actually, hey, let me just make sure before I say anything. Make sure it's super accurate. Accurate as possible. Yep, even maybe by 2 ticks we'll say. 1 tick to 2 ticks could be. Actually, it's 1 tick. Why is this such a bearish thing in my opinion? I made a measure move from this low to this high. This pullback. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I thought we were breaking down. Look at this. If someone is trading this, man, I just, kudos to you, man. That's incredible. This is just perfect hit from the bottom to top every time. Is this our breakdown? This is the breakdown we were waiting for on our major trend reversal. Hits the bottom of the trading range indicator perfectly at the moment. In my opinion, this will break down. Why? Because with this range here, we actually have a bear flag here at the moment. I think the probability is to break down more than... Okay, so there it is. For those who told me not to go short here, how dare you? You made me miss a scalp. I'm just joking. Good trade, right? Not to take that trade. You know, it would have been very hard to guess that would happen. In fact, failed breakdown at the moment. So, not taking this trade, even though it makes a scalp, was the best thing to do, in my opinion. Too choppy. As you can see, the 20 EMA is still acting as pretty strong resistance and is starting to curl downwards now. I am curious how we're going to go up here. How much higher we're going to go up here. If we reverse here. If we can even get a reversal. $10.46. Hey, I'm going to end this at 11 o'clock. Let's see if we can get one. Let's see if we can get one thing here. Let's see if we can get one scalp here. Still waiting. Okay, could this be the breakdown? We'll find out. Bornthor said he shorted. Thoughts and prayers of Bornthor? I'm not sure if your trade was that trap and that you scalped out already, but if you just shorted because you thought this was breaking down, then thoughts and prayers. Most breakdowns do fail, so hopefully this one is not one of those. 20 EMA on the 5-minute, currently hitting it. Room to the 20 EMA on the 10K. In my opinion, we're in this trading range and we're gonna come back down here. I think we're gonna go to yesterday's close sometime today. Okay, Bornthor's out. Congrats. I'm not sure if you skunked that, but congrats to our fellow pandas. Hey, show some love to Bornthor. That was risky trade in my opinion. Bottom of the trading range indicator showing strong support. Price action just telling us strong support. That's exactly what the trading range indicator is using. Price action to find these ranges. Again, if you want more information about the indicators, right, the two-legged pullback indicator and also the trading range indicator, then So as you can see, our next reversal will be a second entry because it's a dark green diamond, dark green number here. So if this reverses, this is a second entry. How do I know this? Well, I can count it. A, B, C. That is a second entry. I'm not looking to go long here though. I'm not looking to go long here. Too choppy in my opinion. 20 EMA could be blocking us. We are technically at the bottom of the trading range, but if I'm going to trade this trading range and I really thought, you know, I want to go long and think we're going to test the top of this trading range, I need a higher low setup. I need something like this. That does give you a point. Man, that's a nice point there. Boom, blows up. Gives you a point pretty instantly. Bottom of the trading range, so people are just buying up, but I need a higher low setup. I need a higher low setup to lessen the probability that this will break down. The 5-minute bouncing off the 20 EMA. 10K could have another leg up here. Right, the 10K is kind of showing a trading a spike in channel here, spike channel, but it's so choppy to me. I don't see it going very far. Like I said, at the end of the day, not at the end of the day, but sometime during the day, I think we're gonna hit this last trading day's close. I think we're gonna hit it. So it does give you a point pretty instantaneously, but actually only moves 6 ticks. It does an absolute scalp. Ten more minutes before I end the stream. Karthik says, I know exactly what's going to happen. I go make myself a cup, I guess a coffee, a Koopa, I guess, and get back to my desk, and prices would have a beautiful setup at a key entry point and broken out massively. Always happens. Yeah, always happens when we go out to, you know, look away from the charts. So this is now coming back up. Trading rate indicator failed breakdown. So we do have this, but we also have this move upwards. Trading range, most likely all the breakdowns to the downside will fail, reverse. Hey, we might hit that measure move on the 5-minute now. We'll see. Yeah, man, if you hit that if we get 200 likes on this stream, during the stream, hey, I got a couple whiskey that I'm going to celebrate with y'all. 128 likes. Ooh. A panda can dream. A panda can dream. Let's get to that 200 likes. Still waiting for a setup. As you can tell, no setup here. That's why I haven't made a trade yet. And it's a bummer because I have 2 contracts waiting for a juicy scalp. I really want to trade 2 contracts. Do you see this and say this is this is a very strong bull trend? I don't see that. Breakout fails, doesn't come back to the top of the trading range. Makes a lower high, in fact, here. Hey, don't forget what I said. Most likely will come back down to yesterday's close because we're in the top of a trading range on the daily. On the daily, top of a trading range. Try not to go. I'm trying not to go long here. I'm thinking on the 2000 tick chart, it will be to, you know, trading range or even a bear trend. Not a bear trend. It could be a bull trend day, but most likely trading range in my opinion. $148 likes. I'm getting nervous. All right, you guys gotta chill out with the likes, please. Like, it's getting too close and it's too early for whiskey. breakout of this trading range and coming back into it. It did seem like bulls were waiting to pounce on that, and so kind of interesting price action, but this strong bull swing here matched with a strong bear swing. In fact, only one single bar to neutralize all of this movement upwards. Price action is telling us something. It's up to us to figure out what it's trying to tell us. Is this the breakdown we're waiting for? Unfortunately, I don't think on this stream I'll even have one trade. Incredible. I'm looking for a lower high setup. I actually wouldn't mind going short here. If we get a setup like this, A, B, whoops. We have a 2 here. Yeah, so this will be A, B, C. It's actually a second entry with a lower high. Would the market be generous enough to trigger my second pullback? So basically we want 2 pullbacks, right? Here's the first pullback, and here's another pullback. I want 2 pullbacks upwards before I go short. Man, but we're at the bottom of this trading range, man. It just doesn't feel, I don't feel 100% confident here. But let's see. 172 likes. You guys are just teasing me right now. Hey, you guys have 5 more minutes to get to 200 likes. I'm going to end the stream at 11 o'clock here. I don't know if you guys joined the stream to watch me drink whiskey or to watch me trade 2-legged pullbacks. Look at this chop. I mean, sorry guys, I can't trade. I can't trade this. It's just, and hopefully, you guys are, maybe you guys are killing it right now, but I certainly am not. The market was not generous enough to give us our second pullback here. We are making lower highs as well. Higher lows and lower highs, as you can see. Our previous trend is an uptrend, and this is by definition a triangle, right? Lower highs, higher lows. If I were to, draw it out, it just looks like this. Looks like a triangle. Triangles typically go with trend. Again, continuation pattern. You do have to keep that in mind. See, if I take this lower high here, it will be like at the bottom of this trading range. So like the market's giving me conflicting signals here. It's giving me major trend reversal, right? Lower highs, a break of trend with a lower high here. Also, trading range. And so if I were to go short here, it would be at the bottom of this trading range. Very difficult in my opinion. These two things are fighting each other right now. This major trend reversal and this trading range are fighting. That's why we see all this congestion at the 20 EMA, between the 20 EMA and the bottom of the trading range. 182 likes. You guys are just being funny right now. We got 3 more minutes. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think you guys can do it. I don't think you guys can push. I don't think you guys can push it. Yeah, the likes are currently more exciting than the market right now. I'm gonna end the stream at 199 perhaps. This is too crazy. This is wild. You guys are silly. Market was not generous enough to give us that second pullback still. Doji's forming. Typically I just don't trade dojis at all. 192 likes. You guys are ridiculous. Oh man, you got 2 more minutes. We're about to end this stream. I hope. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Man, you making me so nervous. Come on. I didn't think there was any chance you guys would get to 200 likes today, and so far I am correct. Hey, let me know in the stream what you guys thought about this stream. I'm about to wrap this up. We got 1 minute left to end the stream. Sorry I couldn't take a trade during the stream. It's just chopping. I'm not willing to lose money on the stream just to make a trade. And yeah, hey, let me know in the comments what you guys thought about, what you guys think about, even though you guys are ridiculous. Oh my gosh, it's so close. It's so close. 197. No, no. I don't believe it. I don't think you guys can do it. 200. Oh my. Okay. Hey, 1 second. I'll be right back. Be right back. You guys did it in 1 minute. You guys had literally 1 minute left before I was gonna end the stream. Okay. Be right back. Be right back. And you guys are just. I don't even know why you guys are watching this stream. All right, pandas, I'm back. I see we're still in chop, but in my cup today again, Buffalo Trace. I know you can't see me, so I'm gonna try to give you as much ASMR action here. Swirling the bottle here. Pop open the whiskey bottle. Give it a little smell. Get that aroma in. Gonna pour it into my cup. Is there any better sound than that? Alright guys, Buffalo Trace, sip of whiskey. Cheers, thanks for the 200 likes. Even though you guys are ridiculous, but here we go. AM whiskey, 11 in the morning. Cheers, cheers, cheers. You guys are ridiculous. You know what that means, man. The next goal is gonna be 300, so gonna be even crazier. Hey guys, thanks for the stream. Hey, sorry I couldn't make a trade. I mean, you gotta take what the market gives you, and the market was giving us nothing. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And hey, even though we didn't take, at least when you see something like this, you know not to take a trade, because we just spent 1 hour staring at this, not taking the trade, just reading the price action. And yeah, sometimes that is more important than taking the trades, to know not when to take trades. And so that's what today's lesson is. When not to take trades. And appreciate it, guys. Hey, cheers. And stay safe, trade safe, and have a great rest of your day. And as always, happy trading and God bless. Let me know in the comments as well what you thought about the stream. Give me emoticons. Right when I end the stream, it was about a breakout, but hey, you know what? Can't stream forever. Can't stream forever. I wish I could. There will be days where I'll probably stream all day with you guys, but not today. Thanks, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, 200 likes was my win today. Sometimes it might be better than a scalp. Jason said, "Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go." Hey, man. Just for you guys, because of 200 likes, here we go. Let's 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 go, baby. Top of the trading range, bounced right off of it, as you can see. Man, this trading range indicator, worth its weight in gold. All right, guys. Awesome trading with you guys. Love the community here. You guys are great. Yeah, this trading range indicator, man. Don't mess with it. All right, guys. See you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. God willing, God willing.